If you find these videos helpful, please consider supporting Ad-Ohms and the Bald Engineer on Patreon. Hi, my name is James, and I'm the Bald Engineer. Welcome to a live stream. This one's going to be some fun. We're going to end up playing around with a Sega, or tearing down a Sega Genesis Mini. So, before we get started, just checking audio, things like that. See how everything sounds. If my audio is out of sync, let me know in the chat, and we'll get that fixed. Otherwise, I'm going to pretty much just tear right into this because I'm really eager to see what's inside of the latest miniature console. All right, let's just go ahead and get right into it. Let's try this one. I don't really like doing unboxings, but I haven't actually opened this up yet, so let's see what we got. Turn on a light, make it a little bit brighter. Okay, these are the controllers. That's the actual console. These are instructions. And then a couple of cables, which I don't think we're going to need tonight. So, just throw that over there. Oh wow, those actually do feel like the original controller. And they are USB. Alright. So I think we'll end up taking one of these apart and leave the other one. Yeah, actually I'm going to leave that kind of like that for the moment. It's probably a USB supply. It is completely sealed, so, or no, it's not. I can see I don't know, we might take it apart. Why not? That's what we want to do around here. So then this must be the console, in which case it is really, really mini. Let's save a few of these things. Holy cow, that's small. That is kind of funny, actually. You can compare the size of the controller to the actual console. Jeez. Now, let's see. A couple of things I saw in other video reviews. Yep, power switch works, reset. The controller or cartridge slot actually opens up. And then this is one that I think a few people missed, is the expansion port for the Sega CD actually opens up, which I thought was kind of cool. But I don't, well, no, I know there's nothing in there. So, okay. The first thing I want to do is make sure it's working. So let's hook it up real quick and just make sure it works before I tear it apart and break it. So what we're going to do now is connect to here. And connect power to here. Maybe. Okay. And then move that out of my way. All right. Let's go to guest and main. Turn this on. That is not encouraging. Oh, there we go. You know, it's funny, I was expecting it to boot immediately, but I guess like any other emulation console, it actually needs to boot up. All right, so that looks like it is working. Let's try a little bit of Sonic. I'm actually going to let's kill this guy. Oh, this is Sonic 1, so he doesn't spin. So because of my streaming setup, one of my monitors is extremely lagged, and I just now realized that it was lagged. That's how bad I am at these things. I'm much better at taking game systems apart than I am at playing them. Oh, come on. All right, cool. So it is definitely working. So that is all I really wanted to check for the moment. All right, let's kill that. You know what we'll do first is we will take the controller apart first and see how he looks. So let's get this into a good spot in the frame. Let's see, it looks like they are just standard Phillips head screws, just relatively small. So let's take one of these, and then let's put this in the frame. Okay, so we can do this. Man, that is a lot longer than I was expecting. I don't know that it really needs this many screws, does it? I guess I could have left it hooked up and playing music. Oh well. Oh, so many screws. Let's do this one as well. Is this the same length as all the others? Yes. Okay. So let's group these together. Oh, one more. All right. Okay. All right. Looks like just your typical conductive ink onto a couple of touch pads that are split up. Not really. Well, actually, it's pretty much what I expected it to be. What I'm trying to see is what is this chip. It looks like it has just kind of like a generic marking on it, so it's probably, I don't know if it's a off-the-shelf microcontroller or something custom. What I need is more light. All right. Okay, let's do a quick Google search. This is a A31. There's no way this is gonna find anything. Yeah, flights, okay. Yeah, so let's see. Looks like it has a couple of I/O pins. There's a couple of I/O pins for the buttons. And then, not sure what this is. Why would there have been... looks like there's like almost like an EEPROM or something could have been placed right here. And it looks like it connects into here. And then there's a couple of 0 ohm resistors, which wonder what those were for. And so then this is the USB connection. All right, well, we'll see how things go. Maybe we'll hook this up to the scope or something and see if we can figure out what all the buttons are. So for the moment, I'm going to leave this taken apart because I might want to play with that circuit board later. Let's just put this up here. Put this back here. And like I said, I wanted to keep one of these so I can always play later. All right. Now, let's get to the actual Mini. All right, looking good. Let's see, there are 1, 2. That's done. And we get this one out of here. All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Cool. All right. Now what I want to see, are any of these going to fall out? No, they're actually retained. Wow, that's pretty cool. So this is the reset button, and it actually has retention clips, so it stays retained to the top plastic. Cool. All right, man, that is really nice looking. Okay, let's see what we got going on in here. Massive heat sink. Looks like another microcontroller over here. That's kind of a, okay. Let's get this out of the case. So let's see. Start with the heat sink. Could use a different screwdriver. Try to get one that's a little bit bigger. Okay. Well, that's kind of a cheap heatsink, but it must get the job done. Well, that's interesting. So let's see for a second. Huh. Okay. I didn't even notice this when I was running it, but so there is like for the power on LED, there's actually a light pipe, and then that light pipe comes down to this point right here. So that's pretty cool that it actually does that. The thing that threw me off when I was taking it apart is I saw this little knob right here, or like this little plastic feature, and I was thinking that this was the LED, but what I realized is it's actually the fake headphone port. So the attention to detail on this is extreme. All right, so what do we got left here? Just that one screw, and these were all the same size. They were. Cool. So we got that out of there. Now, let's take a look at this guy. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Hopefully that's bright enough. All right. See if we can get the glare off a little. Hey, Eric, how's it going, man? Not used to seeing you in the chat. I always see your comments on Facebook, though. Let's take this pad off. All right. So, what all do we have going on here? All right. How's that? Nope. Okay. First, let's double check. There's nothing really on the back side. There's a couple of, looks like maybe like a couple transistors. This might be like a regulator or something, but nothing major, decoupling caps, stuff like that. And then on this side, so HDMI, USB-in, and then power. So it looks like there's definitely a microcontroller, or what did I just do? So this is the USB micro coming in. There's definitely some kind of microcontroller that I think is connected to that. I mean, I don't know what else this chip would be doing over here. So there's clearly a way to interface to this board. This isn't just power. Must be for updates. Kind of interesting. Somebody actually wrote US on it. So does that actually mean the US version? Hey, Tenterflex, welcome and thanks for the follow. Circadian Rebel, you're going to submit an idea for my power supply, right? Okay, so this looks like main SoC. This is probably the flash memory for it. So then what the heck is this? I don't recognize that semiconductor manufacturer. This looks like the HDMI driver. So let's do this. Let me get an SD card for my camera. We're going to take a high resolution picture and then look at it on the computer so that it's just a little bit easier to work with. And then that way maybe we can look up some of these chips. So let me fiddle around with this a little bit. Okay. Okay. Getting a massive glare. Where's that coming from? Okay. So it's probably going to be easier. Actually, that might do it. Okay, so got to put this into manual mode. Open up the aperture. I'm going to let it do this. And then 1, 2, picture. Okay. I know it's super exciting to watch me do this, but what I'm going to do is we'll get a good picture from here, and then I'll load it on computer, and then we can look at the chips a little bit better. Let's try that. All right. That looks pretty good. And then let's go ahead and get the back side, even though there's not really anything on here that's interesting. Okay. All right, so I'll pull those off and I'll get that loaded up here in just a minute. Let's do a couple other things. So if we back it all up, what we see, we've got the 2 plastic pieces, the circuit board, and a heat sink. That's pretty cool. All right, so I'll let you look at that while I get my, let me go grab my SD card reader, and then we can take a look at what is in here. Oh, except, oh, that's okay. I'm not sharing that yet. So let's do this. Pull this out. Grab this. And then I want my mouse. Connect to number 3. All right, let's get, I've been curious if these minis were made by different companies or if everyone is outsourcing to the same place. I think manufacturing might be, it could be one of the typical contract manufacturers, but it does look like in terms of the SoCs and the emulators that run on the SoCs, I do think there's a difference between them. I have a feeling Nintendo probably did theirs in-house. I wouldn't be surprised if the same vendor's doing some of the others like the Sega, just because Nintendo is really the only one producing a Mini that still makes hardware. So, okay, let's get Lightroom. Ooh, that might not work. Shoot. So I gotta do this different than I was expecting. Okay, we'll do this. Copy that to here. And then I'll start sharing my desktop now that I can connect the screen. Connect that. All right, so let's go laptop. And we'll just kind of move this out of the way. Stream. Oh, come on. All right, let's go Photoshop. So, what games does this thing have? Alex Kidd, Alicia Dragoon, Altered Beast, Beyond Oasis? What the heck is Beyond Oasis? I don't remember that one. Castlevania Bloodlines, Columns, Comix Zone. That's actually, I found that one after I had set up my RetroPie, and then I saw it in Japan. And I actually bought it in Japan because it looked cool in the box. And then when I played it, it turns out it's actually a really fun game. Sorry, I had my microphone on mute the entire time. Makes it a lot harder for you to hear me, I guess. Okay. Unisil, okay, SCB 15H 26160. Hey, that looks familiar. Ah, I could have saved myself some time. Of course on Reddit somebody's already torn it down. Oh, it's the RAM. Dumb. Of course it is. Okay. Yeah, cool. All right. I wonder though, what kind of, is it like DDR4? Just says ECC DRAM, so maybe it's not even DDR. Oh, that's not what I was thinking. Okay. I don't want to go searching that way. That's not going to be any fun. Nope. So it's SCB 15. So maybe we can just sort of narrow it down this way. So it is DDR3, H2, let's see, SCB 15H26, no 26. Well, it looks like it's definitely DDR3, but they don't have a datasheet for it, which isn't all that uncommon. They may have produced it just for this board and don't sell it as a standard product. Okay, got that one. Now I wanted to go and see what is, darn it, can't read it. So I wanted to see what is going on with this chip. Because this is connected to, this is the micro USB, and it looks like this chip is connected to, I think these might be connected. So let's see. Might actually be better just, well, this way I can see what I'm doing. Well, its markings are pretty unremarkable. It just says AXP223 PMU. Oh, okay. Okay. It's just the power controller. Or just the power controller. I was thinking the data lines might have been connected, but now that I'm actually looking at this, I don't think it is. I don't think the USB is connected at all. Yeah, check this out. I guess I can show you in the image. Let's see if it's clear in the image. Yeah, so actually, I was originally thinking these might have been, I mean, they could be strip line to something else, but it looks like the data lines come in and don't get terminated. I don't see. I take that back. Okay. Yeah, this is okay. The USB port is connected. Check this out. So here's the micro USB. Here's the 4 vias that you can't see. All right. So that's the 4 vias, and then these 2 traces are going all the way back to the SoC. So, hold on a second. So I see 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, I want to just mark that with something. I just need to go grab a marker. Okay. That way I should be able to find it easily later on. No audio. Yeah. Comix Zone. Yeah, I turned off my audio. Welcome. 5 minutes to take some part. 60 minutes of Googling part numbers. Yeah, that does it. Data lines might be connected to the PMU to trigger for more power. True. Hey, Kyle, thanks for the comment. Appreciate that. So, but it does look like they connect up here and into the SoC. And then if we look really closely, so there are two lines come in, and then it actually, you can actually see that it's delay matched. And so the fact that it's delay matched makes me pretty confident that they are, that the SoC is actually talking to the USB, which is good news for reverse engineering, because it means there's going to probably be a way to access the chip. Cool. All right, well, in that case, now I want to know what it looks like when you plug it in. So let's grab a USB cable. USB micro. Let's just see what it says. I was about to sing the Super Mario Brothers theme. Okay, turn off. Turn on. Nothing. Interesting. Let me disconnect. Connect. Well, that's interesting. So there must be like a DFU mode or something that we have to put it into for it to talk USB. Huh. Well, that's a bummer. All right. Save that for another time. One thing I might try doing is hook or solder some scope probes on here and just see if anything's getting transmitted. Because I'm not sure, because it's clear that Windows is not activating, it's not doing anything with Windows. Actually, I'm going to leave it on for just a minute and see if it does anything. Yeah, it doesn't look like it. Because I do remember a minute ago, like when I plugged it in, it did require like a minute for it to boot. All right. Okie dokie. The only other thing I want to do at this point is I don't know. Okay. So let's do this. I want to get a better picture. Well, I guess people already have, it looks like there's already pictures online, so there's probably decent pictures of this already. Let's see. I can't help myself. I should be able to get a much better picture than what we got. Let me try. that angle. Okay. I think those actually look a little bit better than what I had. Yeah, regarding the games, yeah, it does have Earthworm Jim, but it, which is cool. When I remember as a kid, I had a Genesis, my friend had a Super Nintendo, and the Genesis version of Earthworm Jim was way better than the Nintendo version. The music just didn't sound right on the SNES. All right, so, okay, I'm going to put this thing back together for the moment because I don't feel like, I want to see what others are figuring out in terms of getting, talking to this chip. So let's go ahead and put this back together. I did just have a brief thought. What if it's already thermally throttling? Like, because I took the chip out, you know? You know? All right, let's get this thing back in here. This feels like one of those things I'm going to have to buy two because even of the Nintendo Minis, this one just looks much nicer. I mean, it really is a nice looking little unit. Nope. It's got to go this way. Yeah, that looks right. Okay. Let's get these 4 screws back in. All right, I'll do this later. All right. That's all I really wanted to cover in this stream was take that guy apart, see what it looks like. It's interesting, but sort of what I expected. It's an SoC, an external RAM chip for some reason. I thought those usually were integrated, but I guess I'm wrong about that. Flash memory and a couple of controllers. So cool. All right, I want to say thanks for everybody for stopping by. I'm going to put this back together, and then I think I'm going to play some games on it. All right, thanks, guys.